Is this what you want your auntie to know? What? Excuse me. Bye. So yeah, one week from today, where are we gonna be? With your auntie? Yeah. Is this what you want to tell her? Oh, you want to tell her we're coming? Okay. You know you can't be loud like this when we get there. That's right. You have to be quiet potato. Yeah. You have to be very silent Texas potato, okay? Not right now though. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, Layla Grace. Okay, bye. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. It is Thursday, January 15th. How are we halfway through January already? I can't even comprehend it. Yeah, so I'm home from Vegas and we had a wonderful time. It was so much fun. Saw so many cool things. Like, we crammed so much cool stuff into 2 days. I'm very proud of us. Goal-oriented for sure. This week is prep week for the next trip. So, how do you deal with the horrors that are going on everywhere and are just terrible and paralyzing you? You just try to escape, I guess, is what I'm trying to do. I don't know. I'm having a hard time dealing with stuff that's happening, and I'm breaking out. I've got to zit. Is that why? I don't know. It's probably from the plane. Yeah. I'm feeling real dark about the world and just worried, nervous. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to bring you all some fun and interesting things and hopefully give myself a little mental break and hopefully give you all a little something fun to look forward to and enjoy. So we take some time off of the doom all around us. So anyway, so what I'm doing tonight is I have, when we were in Vegas, we were at the airport, we got a 2 p.m. checkout, because you never know what the traffic at the airport is going to be like. We had a 2 p.m. checkout time at the Flamingo, and then we got to the airport, and our flight was at 5, and it was like literally from the moment we left Flamingo to get our Uber, to get to the airport, to get our, check our bags, to get through TSA, to get to our gate was less than 30 minutes. I was like, this has never happened before in the history of things that happen at the Vegas airport. So we had all this time to kill. So I was like, well, let's go to the lounge, because at least it's like quiet there and you have a desk space or table space. They have clean bathrooms. It's like it was $55. We got it for $46 because we used our AAA, which no one's ever told me to do that before. So that was exciting. And then clean bathrooms and like free coffee, drinks, food, water, whatever. I did not get any alcohols because we had like a cocktail at brunch and then a cocktail after that on our like final cocktail of Vegas cocktail. And I was like, I'm not going to make the most of my $46 here, but it was still nice. So what I did was I sat down and I went through my, let me show you. I set up my HB90 like overview week. This is just the one page. There's 2 pages of it. And I try to like separate out how I'm going to plan this trip. So if you don't remember, or I didn't mention it, I am going to meet my friend Danielle, different Danielle, Aussie Danielle, who lives in Georgia, is from Australia, not Danielle, who lives here in Pittsburgh, who is my platonic life partner. Yeah, so I'm meeting Aussie Danielle. We're going to Texas to see the Texas Wildlife Park, and we're gonna like snuggle 10 different kinds of animals. I'm so excited. Some of them we can't snuggle, but we can just pet them or boop their noses. And so I'm bringing Layla, so we're driving down. So we're gonna be driving from here to Cincinnati the first night after work. The next day we're going to go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's National Park. Dog friendly, has a bark ranger program. Then we're going to Dallas the next day. I'm picking Danielle up there at the airport. Hopefully I'll get to see Sarah. I have to message her once I figure out my timeline, which is what my goal is for tonight. And then we're going to stay in San Antonio, is like an hour and 15 minutes away from the park, but we'll be there Friday. And then we can, then we have like restaurants and stuff. So we're going to be staying in San Antonio. Then we'll drive to the park on Saturday. That's our zookeeper day, which is like a 2 to 3 hour long excursion with all the animals. And then we'll drive back and we'll have San Antonio night number 2. Sunday morning, I'm dropping Danielle off at the airport very early, and then I'm headed up with Layla Grace to Route 66. We're going to be doing some of the Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri stretch of Route 66 because we were trying to do lots of Route 66, most of Route 66 this year for the 100th anniversary. But so I have to book my hotels, but I'm going to book like refundable hotels just in case something would happen with the freeway being shut down or something. Who knows? We're living in dystopian times here. So anyway, I'm gonna start working on this right now. Husband is making dinner. I have to work tomorrow. I'm on my 7-day work stretch, and then I leave Tuesday immediately after work and drive to Cincinnati. So yeah, let's get something done tonight. I'm gonna have more time Saturday and Sunday because I work shorter hours, but I want to try to get like as much done tonight and tomorrow night as I can. So I came home from work and kind of just like crashed a little bit for an hour or so, and now I'm getting back into it.
Are you ready for bed, my little nugget? You got your friends. You're just letting them sit on you like that. You're just being teeny tiny tonight. My little itty bitty. I love you. Who's Mama's baby? There's my baby. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hello.
All right, everybody. Hello. It is Saturday night. It is like 20 to 8. I am deep into trip planning. My desk is a mess of planners and Route 66 guides. We're doing our best here. So husband was like, please, if you do nothing else tonight, ma'am, can I help you? He said, get the hotels booked. So that's what we're working on right now. So we are working on booking. These are my goals tonight. Book my Weatherford hotel, which I just did. Book my Hot Springs hotel, which I'm not doing, and then decide where to stay Monday night, which I think we're going to stay in St. Louis. I found a brewery there, and I didn't know that St. Louis has like a high roller. Like, I guess it's not as big as the high roller, but like that kind of thing. And I love the high roller. And so this brewery is like right there. So we just have to make sure we get into town by like 6 o'clock so I can go on it. That's very exciting. So, okay. I wasn't looking forward to St. Louis because I've been there a few times and like, I don't know. I wasn't looking forward to it. But now I'm like, I can go on the high roller, the St. Louis high roller. So I think I'm going to book that. And then I have to figure out, we're staying in Hot Springs, Arkansas, which is the last one that I have to book. So we're going to get those booked. We ordered takeout sushi because husband was like, he's just been sleepy all day. He's like, I've had an emotionally stressful day and I don't want to cook. So, but let's try to get some more trip planning. So that's my check-in right now. All right, everybody, Sunday night, 8:45. I'm here at my desk where I have been for 2 hours working on the trip details. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Okay, so I have my maps done for Wednesday, and I'm working on my map for Thursday. I'm just crossing off the stuff that we're going to stop and see, me and Layla, in the national park, and the bathhouse that I'm going to go to in the morning, which is going to be a whole experience. And I really wish that I could take pictures and video inside so I could show you how crazy it's going to be, but I'll walk you through it when I'm done and let you know how it was. But so we got that stuff planned. I have to just do the drive to Dallas now, and then I'm picking up Danielle there, and then we are staying in Dallas that night. So we're staying near the airport. That way, if I'm late or something and her plane lands, then she can just take an Uber to the hotel, and then we'll meet there and have a nice dinner in Dallas our first night. So that is as far as I've gotten. Now, I did do Sunday, which was the long drive between San Antonio and Oklahoma. So basically I have the drive across Oklahoma to do. It's going to take me at least 2 hours. So it's going to be 11 o'clock. And then I have like our stuff in San Antonio. This is taking me so long, and I don't know why I forgot that it takes this long. I should have started this weeks ago, but you know, we're doing our best. We're doing our best, so we'll get there. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm at home and not in Florence, Kentucky, outside of Cincinnati, like you expected to see me today. Our trip got canceled. It's the right decision. It's the right decision, but it's just a bit of a bummer because I was looking forward to this trip so much. It was stressing me out a little bit to plan it because I was like cramming it in with the craziness of work and everything else going on in my life right now. But I was really looking forward to it, and now it has been canceled. We rescheduled it. It hasn't been canceled. I shouldn't say that. We rescheduled it for a weekend or week in March. So hopefully we will be through snow. If you are not following the news, I don't know when I'm going to have this video up, so maybe it's long past, but there is a major winter storm coming through. And it is, it's going to be really bad. So it said originally that it was going to like freezing rain hitting the Dallas area on Friday. We were like, well, we'll be through Dallas Thursday and would be south in San Antonio, and they weren't supposed to get any kind of freezing rain. It was going to be like 45 degrees and not pleasant and rainy, but it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be ice or snow. And then it was supposed to snow like big time across Oklahoma, but that was supposed to be Friday and Saturday, and by Sunday it would be all the way through and done and sunny and beautiful. I'd be like driving with snow all over, but like as long as they plowed the roads, should have been okay. And I was like, okay, not ideal, but we can still make it. And then yesterday at 3 p.m, I was supposed to be leaving here at 7:30 last night. At 3 p.m, they updated the model of the storm. I had my phone on brick, and I usually unbrick it when I go to work so I can look at social media during lunch. But I forgot to unbrick it, so I had no access to my Facebook or Instagram the whole day. And funny story, at 6 o'clock, I'm like, getting ready to finish up for the night and trying to get everything done so that I can leave on time so we can get on the road for the drive to Cincinnati. Danielle texts me and is like, girl, I think we have to cancel. And I was like, what? It's probably fine. And she showed me the map. She's like, even if we got there, it's going to be freezing cold rain. Not freezing rain, but very, very cold rain the day that we're going to be at the zoo. And she's like, I called the zoo and they said that like they'll still do it if we want to come there, but it might not be great. And they would be willing to like change the dates. She's like, they could change us to Friday evening, but then we're going to be like rushed to get down from Dallas. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not great. And then she was like, but she's like, I got, insurance on all of the stays and everything. Like maybe we should just try to reschedule. And I was like, yeah, that's probably for the best. She's like, even if we do have a great time and everything, she's like, I'm probably going to get stuck in San Antonio because she's supposed to be flying back to Atlanta as her closest airport. And they're supposed to be getting this huge ice storm on Sunday. So she's like, I'm going to be stuck. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. So what we talked about was like canceling that. And at that point, like I said, I knew she had shown me like the map of what's going to be happening, like Texas and Georgia, because that's like she was showing me like the route of the ice, why she thinks she's going to be like stuck if we she can't get out of the airport. But I hadn't seen anything else. So I was like, well, I already have tonight and tomorrow night booked. And I was like, I'll go drive to Cincinnati tonight and then drive to Hot Springs as planned. And then maybe I can like stay an extra day in Hot Springs. And then I'll come up through Missouri and then I'll miss all the weather, but I'll still get to do some of my Route 66. Then I get home and I'm like, let me see what my new path would be, like what the timing would be. Let me just look in the map real quick. And then I had access to Facebook and then I saw, oh shit, no, we can't do this. So I called the brewery last night and I was like, hey, here's what's going on. And she's like, oh, that's no problem. Do you know when you're coming back? And I said, yeah, we talked about like weeks, like my off week and when it matches up with Danielle's schedule. So we're going to go in March, mid-March now. So like 2 months from now. And she's like, oh, no problem. I'll switch it over. And I was like, that's it? I don't get charged a fee? And she's like, no, we understand. I'm like, okay. So they changed it. And now I waited until my hotel in Hot Springs opened. And because they opened a little bit later because they're in Central Time. And I explained what's going on, and I was like, I know I probably have to pay a fee. And he's like, oh, well, no, we'll just give you a credit. And I was like, oh, that's fine. And I said, he's like, and just call us back when you know. And I was like, oh, I actually know the date. And he's like, oh, then we don't have to do anything. We'll just move it right on over. And I was like, really? Because it said like no cancellations and you have to pay a fee. And he's like, well, if you're just moving it, that's fine. And I was like, oh, he's like, girl, you do not want to be down here. We just got an alert that we're going to be getting 23 to 28 inches of snow in Arkansas. I thought Arkansas was the South. How are you going to get 23 to 28 inches of snow in the South? I've seen a map. I know I've not been to Arkansas yet. That was supposed to be today. But I don't understand. So anyway, so now like all of Missouri, all of Oklahoma is supposed to be getting 12 to 18 inches of snow, besides the Panhandle is only getting like 5 to 8. All of Missouri is going to get snow. All of the South is going to get ice, like a coating of ice, like up to an inch. They were like rating it. They're not even rating it on how much it is. They're rating it on damaging or devastating. So, we're not going. So I'm trying to like wrap my head. Like last night I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just like, it's too much to process right now. And then I was like, Southwest.com. And I was like, I could fly into Long Beach and then drive up to Santa Monica and then do the California stretch of 66 to Barstow and then come down and then just spend a couple days in Palm Springs. And I was like really tempted by it because it's going to be like 75 degrees in Palm Springs. And I thought, this is a foolish idea, but it might make me happy. And I could get some writing done and I could get some videos edited and I could just like sit in the sun and not feel like a dumpster fire of a human. And then they updated the model again. And so my ass would be stuck in Palm Springs. Not the place I don't want to be stuck. Like, believe me, if I'm gonna be stuck somewhere, stick me in Palm Springs. But I have to go back to work next Wednesday. And they updated that we are going to be getting some snow. I've seen 5 to 8 inches. I've seen 12 to 18 inches in the Pittsburgh area through Monday because we're going to be like a day behind all the drama in the Midwest. So I would be flying home on Monday and would likely be stuck. Again, if I'm going to be stuck somewhere. If I was retired, I would be like, fuck yeah, let's go. So I don't know. So now I have this idea. I'm like, we've wanted to see Chess the musical, and we can just take a day trip up to New York, stay overnight, see Chess, drive home the next day, or fly home the next day. I think we might have airline points with American Airlines, and we can maybe get a discount on our ticket. So I'm waiting for husband to get back to me, and we shall see. But regardless, the next week's vlog is going to be completely different because everything's changed. So this is what we do as planner people. We have to learn to roll with the changes, and I'm trying to do that. So thanks for watching my week of trying to prep for a trip. The nice thing is, though, listen to this. My arm is getting tired of holding my phone. When it is time to plan the trip in March, I already have so much done. It's going to go so much faster. So like, you know, it's shitty right now because I really wanted to see my friend and snuggle these wild animals and see some cool stuff and try the weird, creepy old 1920s bathhouse of Hot Springs, Arkansas. But we're gonna do it again, and it's coming, and I will be so much better prepared for it. So I get time to like, you know, clean and get myself together in the house, like have the house tidied up and do my planner, do my Notion, like get back on track and have some breathing room for this week. So it's gonna work out in the end. Like the song says, make the best of what's around. That's what I'm doing. So I am gonna close out the vlog here and start my new week's vlog with a very different schedule than what I thought it was gonna be, but that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna just keep on keeping on. So thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are new here. And as always, my friends, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe out there through any kind of ice bullshit that happens in your town. And I love you all. Okay, bye.